Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Someone who contributes, or promises to contribute, a sum of money. Someone who expresses strong approval. Someone who contracts to receive and pay for a service or a certain number of issues of a publication. Someone who contributes, or promises to contribute, a sum of money. A writer whose work is published in a newspaper or magazine or as part of a book. A person who transfers his ownership interest in something by signing a check or negotiable security. Someone who expresses strong approval. A person who transfers his ownership interest in something by signing a check or negotiable security. Someone who expresses strong approval. Someone who expresses strong approval. Someone who reads proof in order to find errors and mark corrections. Someone who reads manuscripts and judges their suitability for publication. Someone who reads the lessons in a church service. Someone ordained in a minor order of the Roman Catholic Church. A public lecturer at certain universities. Someone who contracts to receive and pay for a service or a certain number of issues of a publication. A person who can read. A literate person. A person who enjoys reading. One of a series of texts for students learning to read. Person who makes a gift of property. Someone who devotes himself completely. There are no greater givers than those who give themselves. Person who makes a gift of property. Medicine. Someone who gives blood or tissue or an organ to be used in another person, the host. Person who makes a gift of property. Someone who converses or confers, as in a conference. Person who makes a gift of property. An advocate who presents a person, as for an award or a degree or an introduction, etc. Someone who presents a message of some sort, as a petition or an address or a check or a memorial, etc. Person who makes a gift of property. A person who contributes to the fulfillment of a need or furtherance of an effort or purpose. A support for the genitals worn by men engaging in strenuous exercise. A person who backs a politician or a team, etc. All their supporters came out for the game. Someone who supports or champions something. A band, usually elastic, worn around the leg to hold up a stocking, or around the arm to hold up a sleeve. An additional dose that makes sure the first dose was effective. The first stage of a multi-stage rocket. A thief who steals goods that are in a store. A person who backs a politician or a team, etc. Someone who is an active supporter and advocate. An amplifier for restoring the strength of a transmitted signal. Someone who has won first place in a competition. Holding first place in a contest. A champion show dog. Someone who is dazzlingly skilled in any field. A person who backs a politician or a team, etc. Protect or fight for as a champion. Someone who fights for a cause. A member of the Religious Society of Friends founded by George Fox. The Friends have never called themselves Quakers. A person who backs a politician or a team, etc. They are friends of the library. An associate who provides cooperation or assistance. A person with whom you are acquainted. We are friends of the family. A person you know well and regard with affection and trust. He was my best friend at the university. A person who backs a politician or a team, etc. The principal character in a work of fiction. Someone who admires a young woman. She had many admirers. A person who backs a politician or a team, etc. A person who admires. Someone who esteems or respects or approves. Someone who pays for goods or services. Computer science. Any computer that is hooked up to a computer network. A person who seeks the advice of a lawyer. Someone who pays for goods or services.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.